Hello, everybody. Isn't it just a wonderful time to be alive? Isn't it a great time to be incarnated here on this earth? Um, I think that's why there's so many souls here now. There's so many souls entering here and that have come here because not only do the souls want to evolve and, reach higher planes of consciousness, but we don't only want to learn and experience growth in our souls, but we want to experience all the amazing things that's happening right now, the big changes that's happening here on Earth and for the universe as well. So I just feel really, really fortunate to be here and to be co-creating here with you on platforms like this. Aren't we fortunate we get to share in this way? I'm just absolutely loving it. So I'd like to just thank you all for being here and supporting me every week through this. And just the fact that we can just join together every week, the fact that we can be here together and have access to the amazing beings of love and light that come and speak to us every week. So, yes, if you're new to the Monday Night Channeling, welcome. I am Michelle. I am a psychic channel and I channel beings of love and light. I consider myself to be a light worker. And I use my channeling in readings and obviously in Monday nights like this. I am also an artist. I'm working on some really exciting projects at the moment. With my art, I'm really, really just following my heart as to what to do and really just trying to get out of my head a bit more and into my heart and living that way, which is a lot more rewarding. I learned just as much from these channeling sessions as everybody else here does. I get uplifted by it as well. And it's great. My hubby is here, Anthony.
Hello, everyone.
And he helps me. This is Anthony. And he helps me every Monday night in the channeling. Hi, Wasima. Hi, Mello. Nice to have you back, Mello. And he reads all the questions for me. And can you please switch on the light for me? I forgot. He reads the questions for me while I'm in trance so that I can stay connected to the beings a lot better. And yes, what else do I use my channeling for? I also do healing, channeled healing for people, aligning and balancing chakras and all that kind of jazz, opening up meridians. But I also remove implants, and that's a bit better. I remove implants and I remove attachments and things like that. And I clear the field, and I make sure your aura is nice and clear, and we take away anything that doesn't need to be there, and we leave there what should be there. And that's what I do in my healing sessions. And I've also become a compassion key practitioner this year, which is really, really amazing and has created amazing shifts in my own life as well as in clients' lives. And it's really there to clear karmic blockages and patterns, which means at the soul level, we clear all the things that keep us stuck. So for myself, for you, for anybody who wants it. So those are my services. And if you want to know any more about that, you can find the link below, which will take you to my webpage. And then you can learn more about what I do. And I love what I do. I'm here to serve. That is my purpose in being here. I'm here to serve the human collective. Okay, and how does it work on Monday nights? So besides what I do in terms of channeling, so for those of you that are new, you can see that people are posting in the YouTube live chat box. They're posting 3 pink hearts if they want their personal questions answered. So that's usually the first 3 people. We answer the personal questions for the first three people to put 3 pink hearts in. So if you have a personal question and you want to choose who you'd like me to channel or who would like to come through and speak to you, then please put those 3 pink hearts and also your question and who you'd like me to channel, please. And then in the second half of this, we usually go, we ask questions for the human consciousness, the human collective, or humanity, if you like, and really focus on those questions that any of you may have or that we may have as well. We sometimes ask our own questions. Anthony gets quite excited about some of the topics that we talk about as well. So we talk about everything. There's not really any limit here, as long as we keep our language clean enough and all of that. Yeah, there's no real limit to the topics we can cover here, especially in terms of humanity and uplifting the human consciousness. Okay. So thank you very much, everybody. And let's get ready. Yeah, definitely. I think everybody that wants to be here is here. And ready to get started. Who's first, Melo or Wasima?
Melo.
Melo.
First, three pink hearts.
Okay, cool. All right, we're going to do Melo first.
Higher self.
Okay, great. I just want to clear myself a little bit. I was working right up until I started tonight. Total, complete, what's the word? Complete, whatever. I'm being honest. So I just want to do a quick clear on myself. I'm not even asking Anthony anymore. He's sitting right next to me. He could do it, but I just want to do it. Ekaya la shototo untoroto ko itashe palaya kantara totoro kototo impalato shototo inta koshtoto benta erakato len katatata estar tapalate inkatato inkoshtoto peratate nakanten tarato untolo koto shetara epalakenta ratape Lakatatanta patatoshtoto intalakatatoroto. Thank you. Okay, so I was channeling the ancients there. So for those of you that are not familiar with the weird language I was just speaking, that was light language by the ancients. The ancients are the first beings who came into form as Source wanted to experience more. And you can think of them as the angels, archangels, light energy. And yeah, so I cleared myself, but I was also called to do protection and then do protection on everybody, help to open hearts, and just kind of put us all under an umbrella of sort of safety and community. So that's what came through with that channeling and that light language activation, if we can call it that. A little bit of that. Okay. All right, Melo's higher self. I just want to break out in tongues the whole time. I actually just have to hold myself back. It's just, yeah, it feels so amazing when I do it. Okay. Melo's higher self. Just allow yourself to open your mind and your heart. As you breathe in, breathing everything that serves you tonight. And as you breathe out, breathing out everything that doesn't serve you and letting it go. And that's the limit of the intention that you have to set. You don't have to think about how or why or what. Just pulling towards you that which serves you and pushing away that which doesn't. Just with breathing in and out. There we go. Hello, everybody. This is Melo's higher self. Thank you so much for having me here.
Hi.
Hi.
Melo's got a few questions for you. Okay, so the first one is, he wants to know, how can I connect with you better? Because you recently started channeling you, and you would like to know how to connect better with you.
First of all, I'd just like to say thank you for connecting with me more. And the most important thing to remember is just to be patient. Be patient with yourself and don't try too hard. Just let go of any hows and whys and all those kind of things and just be. Accept what is, accept how it comes through. The more you do it, the stronger the connection will get. That's truly what it is. As you trust more and let go more, the stronger the connection will be. You already know that you have to clear your mind. That is the first thing, no matter who you're channeling, whether it's me or anyone else that you would like to communicate with. It is very important that you clear your mind of all the thoughts and get into a calm space where you are at peace and just trusting what is. So that is the most important practice in any type of channeling, including channeling your higher self. Just clearing the way and making space. Is this, please let me know if there is more clarification needed on this.
Okay, we'll see if he has more follow-ups on that. He's got another question. He says, I'd really like to know how to interpret my light language, or at least know more of what I am channeling. Okay,
so that is it's simpler than you think. First, I would like to just encourage you by letting you know that it is not always necessary to know what you are channeling. Sometimes it is purely there to do what it needs to do and to trust that. But if you want to know, you can ask. It's as simple as that. Just like in the mediumship workshop, when you ask the being a question, in the same way, whoever or whatever light language is coming through, you can ask who it is, or you can even set the intention before you start. I would like to channel light code from this person for this reason. So setting that intention will help you get a clearer control and a clearer message of what is coming through. But if it is just light code that's just coming through, the light language is just coming through and it's doing what it needs to do, you can just ask afterwards, who was that, if you want to know, and what was the message? That's it. So it's just open communication. What was the message, or what did that do? Whatever the case may be. And whatever, as you know, if your mind is clear, whatever comes in first, that's the answer. Just trust it. And if you don't get a clear answer, or perhaps you do get the message that it's not for now, it will be revealed when the time is right, just be easy with that. Okay, let me know if that satisfies.
Says thank you. I don't know if he's got any other questions. I don't think so.
Okay, I hope you can all learn from this, because this information is the same for everybody. And very important that you all get to know your higher selves better. Your higher self is not only that part of you that knows most about you and your life and can access your Akashic records, but also is the direct connection to source energy. Please let me know if you have any more questions, Milo.
Nothing's coming through.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All the best. And thank you for speaking to me more. I really am very, very happy about this new phase. It's exciting. Thank you. Thank you, Milo's higher self. Beautiful energy. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Wasima's next, but
Wasima.
she doesn't say, her question doesn't seem to be a personal one. It just seems to be a collective one.
That's fine. We can definitely start to do, if there's no other personal questions tonight, I don't know, maybe everybody's busy. Maybe everybody's on holidays because of school vacations or something. You're welcome, Milo. But yeah, we can definitely start with collective questions. There's no problem. Yay, fine. Unless you have a personal question, Anthony?
I don't have a personal question now.
You've gotten enough answers lately.
Yeah. I'm still digesting answers, thanks.
Yeah, one of the perks or not such perks of living with a psychic channel.
Maybe we can just ask Wasima. Wasima, do you want us or do you want Michelle to channel the Arcturian Council for your financial system question as well? Or do you have anyone else in mind?
Who? Where? Oh, the Arcturian Council.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Arcturian Council is what you meant.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Have I ever spoken to the Arcturian Council before? I've certainly spoken to Arcturians, and I've certainly spoken to collectives that included Arcturians, but I don't think I've ever spoken to the specific council before. Ha, fun. Yay. Thank you, Wasima. Arcturian.
Later.
Oh, Milo. Okay, cool. We'll speak to Thoth the Atlantean. I think we've done that once before, hey? Yeah. Okay. All right, Arcturian Council. And if anybody else has any questions for the Arcturian Council, yeah, that's who's going to be channeled next. Okay, Arcturian Council. Beings of love and light, higher frequency. Only those with the highest, purest intention. Thank you. Arcturian Council. I'm learning a lot about Arcturians at the moment. I'm doing an Arcturian family portrait. When it's finished, I'll show it to you all. It is a commission by a client, and I'm just learning so much about them just from doing this portrait. So this is wonderful. Thank you, Wasima. Feel like on a completely different frequency. It feels like, anyway. It's that so the 8th density or 8th dimensional kind of frequency, I think. I have to put my brains on. Okay. Arcturian Council, you're welcome to come through and speak to humanity, the human collective that is here and will be here in the future to watch this. I have some specific questions for you and also ask for a message. Thank you, souls of love and harmony, truth seekers, seekers of peace, seekers of enlightenment, true spirituality, and integration. Thank you for having us here. We are happy to be here.
Hello.
Hello, Anthony. Hello, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
You're most welcome.
Wasima's got a question for you. She would like to find out if the financial system is going to crash globally, and will it be for the good of humanity?
That is a very complicated question. Let's just say it's a bit of a loaded question, as you humans like to call it. And that is because the answer is pretty complicated. The straightforward, quick answer is, to a certain degree, yes. It will not be a full collapse in the way that you think of it. It will just be replaced by a new system. However, the negative side of it, so there's a positive and a negative side to it. The negative side of it is that during that time of collapse, there will be quite a lot of suffering, and there will also be a lot of deaths, a lot of fighting. However, this does not have to be prolonged, and it does not have to happen. And as you can guess and understand, that not everything's set in stone, and many things can go a lot smoother with collective consciousness and intention. And certainly with so many beings here to help humanity, but also not interfering too much. But we are all here to guide and to help various different factions of us, many members of the Galactic Council of Light, as well as the Galactic Federation. Even the Allied forces have got some higher frequency beings in the team. So there is a lot of advice if you open yourself up, and of course make sure you protect yourself so that you don't just let anybody come through. You don't want to have someone that have malicious intent to come through and speak to you. Always make sure that you are clear and grounded and protected. But if you can open yourself up to speak to those beings, and the best way to protect yourself is honestly just by standing in your authority and having a positive outlook. If you're in fear when you're trying to channel, you're going to attract more of that negative energy. If you're feeling good and confident, peaceful, if you include love into your space, that is what will come into your space. So you have a lot of different beings that are here happy to share with you and happy to teach you. So be guided by that and your higher selves to allow the negative part or the difficult parts that are going to occur, not only from the collapse of the financial system, but so many other changes that will be taking place, so that you will know what to do with your money, you will know how to get food, and you can also, if you feel it on your heart and you feel passionate about it, send healing. Okay? Send healing, send good energy to this financial system, to the collapse, to the new system, so that it all may happen sooner, faster, better. That and you have that capability. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing. Even the events that have to happen, they don't have to happen exactly the way you might imagine them to happen. Okay? So even though there is a negative side, it does not mean that that suffering has to be prolonged. The more people are awoken, the more people are learning the truth, the more people can accept the truth, the less suffering there will be. In fact, it will be more the people who can't accept the truth. They will suffer the most. Okay. Then the positive side of it is that, yes, there will be a new global system where everybody will be on a much more equal footing. And of course, this will be after the period of where because there's going to be a lot of Earth has been fighting for a very, very long time. And this has been a place where a lot of fighting has taken place. So to get everybody in a space where Earthlings don't want to fight with each other anymore, that's when we can step in and help the most as well. When people on Earth are happy to unite, work together, and become a global people, become united as one, and not fighting against each other, border skirmishes, religious skirmishes, cultural skirmishes. And of course, with disclosure, it's going to bring up a lot of anger and things because people have been lied to for a long time. And it's partly due to the disclosure that the financial systems will collapse, that religious systems will collapse. So it's only after all of that turmoil where people are faced with their towers that they've built falling down, that they can also come to a place of peace. And it might only, the negative side as well is that many might have to die because they couldn't accept it, or because they allowed dis-ease, or they didn't want to stop fighting, or whatever the case may be. There's not much you can do for those people except send love and healing to those souls and spirits. But the biggest thing you can do as a human collective, as a human consciousness, is to stand together, stand united, and have more and more meetings where people are joined together and with the same conscious vibration. There are many different ways in which this can be done. Meditation groups, collective meetings, and meditation groups can be physical, it can be online. But there's so many different ways in which you can come together as a collective, as humanity, even just by setting a date and a time, and everybody's there at the same time, not even necessarily connecting digitally or physically, but just everybody's intentions are on the same wavelength. That's as simple as that. That's how simple it can be. So, yes. Anthony, do you have a follow-up question about the financial system, or Wasima, or Melo, or anybody?
No follow-up question about that. We do have more questions, though, but not about...
Is everybody clear on what we meant by the positive and negative aspects? I do want to just add one more thing from the collective here, from this council, and that is that, sometimes this is the kind of thing that has to happen. This place is such a place of polarity still. And in order for that polarity to become more unified and balanced, there has to be a sort of pushing and pulling and falling out before it can settle down. Okay, before it can become more balanced and peaceful.
Okay, so in order for us to go through this transition period, in order for us to survive it, if you like, and not feel it as bad as, well, try ease it up on ourselves. What should we do?
Okay, so the first most important thing is to open up your hearts. I know this may seem like very unpractical advice, but in fact, it is a very practical advice. In your hearts lie power, the greatest power in the multiverse, and that is unconditional love. And it's that connection to your higher self and to source, where you can feel that connection with everyone, whether you have considered them good or bad up until now. It is that connection with everyone and everything in all of the multiverse, and understanding that you're all one, and then allowing yourself to open up your heart in that way. Speak through love and act through love, and start forming communities and being more patient with each other. You can really start forming better and better communities and support each other in different ways, and really here in Africa, there is such a beautiful thing here that's called Ubuntu. And this will truly be the best way to survive, is to allow people to come together who have different skills. Everybody has something to offer. and come together and you give. Because there will be no money at some point. There will be people that won't have gold and silver. There will be people that won't have any way of surviving. There will be people that won't have food or anything like that because of how everything's happening. So it's really about opening up your homes, your hearts, your spaces, your skills, your everything that you have, and sharing it amongst each other. It's not about being selfish and you're the only one giving. It's about everybody's contributing, everybody's giving. It becomes a community where everybody's taking care of each other. And that's what's going to help you survive. That's what's going to help you through this and get to the other side where you can experience the benefit and the joy of the changes that are happening. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you. So we've got some more questions for you. Wasim would like to know, how is humanity doing at this moment with progression of awareness levels?
So the awareness levels is really escalating at the moment. So from 1984 in your timeline, even before that, there's been several waves of awareness levels that have changed. In the 60s, there was a big one in the 70s. And then in the 1980s, 84 specifically, where it started going up. But that's all been very gradual. And with 2020 happening, it started a bit more of an upward curve. And now from 22, it's just kind of shooting up. So, and then 20 to 22 to 24, maybe even up until 32, okay, 2032. It's going to be a very steep upward curve. And even though this is a very steep upward curve, it is still, there will still be a lot that are in denial and not accepting. But have love for your brothers, have love for those in denial, have love for those that are stuck in the dark. They need healing too. And really, it's the ones that are opening up more and more, believing more and more, and awakening more and more that's going to tip the scales. Okay? And the more we stand together, don't give up. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. Don't give up no matter what happens. Just don't give up. Stay with that heart place. Okay? Stay in that heart place and keep focusing on your growth. And whenever you're freeing up energy, clearing blockages, whatever kind of blockages they are, whenever you're freeing up energy and healing yourself more, use that extra energy that you've got and send it out to the collective and heal. Okay? Or just whatever issue you'd like to focus on. Poverty, hunger, whatever issue is very important to you, send that energy with intention to that specific thing. Yes. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mela's got a question for you. First, he says thank you, and then his question: why are there blackouts around the world, and specifically in SA? Is this related to electromagnetic blackouts and the sea animals, with the whales, dolphins, crocodiles that are gathering on the beaches? They're connected.
Yes, there is also a connection with the Earth's polarity changing. So that's got to do with it. There's a lot more movement within the Earth. There's a lot more vibrations. The Earth is also ascending and growing, so her frequencies are changing. The Schumann's resonance frequencies are changing. All these different things are having an effect. We're getting more. There's more information, including energetic and magnetic information, radiation. All kinds of things are coming into this space. So yes, all of it is connected. And of course, there are the governments that are trying to control certain things and trying to impose certain things still, especially here in South Africa. There's a lot of that happening still. But it's also just like the financial system that will collapse, this energy system will collapse. Sure, we can get fossil fuels from other planets if we want to, so that we can stop harming our Earth. But that is not the most efficient energy. And as you know, they've been keeping this from you because they want to make money. But it's just not fair. And the more people are waking up, the more people can either design, share, or ask for better energy sources. All right. And the free energy, focus on that. What is that energy source called?
Over unity.
Over unity, for example. Very, very important. So that's part of it. That's another system that is going to change and collapse. So you scientists out there, don't worry about patents and stuff. It's not going to matter much anyway with the new financial system. So don't let that be your focus. Not to say that there won't be some kind of money or currency, but it's just going to go through quite a hectic upheaval. And the more people can get the energy by sharing it freely without harming yourself, you can still sell components, but don't patent your stuff. Just share it with your neighbor. So the more you can share your expertise, whatever it may be, and if you're a scientist, you know something about energy, share it. Have a talk at a community hall, or whatever the case may be, and share the designs, or share the how, or do a workshop, whatever it takes. Keep it small though. Don't go too big, because you don't want to draw too much attention to yourself. In small groups. So yes, the more people can start using free energy in whatever shape or form, the more of this can be changed. Because let's face it, not everybody has money for solar power and wind turbines and stuff, and not everybody has the skill or know-how to build anything like that. So if you know something, teach your neighbor, allow your neighbor to teach others. But I do suggest that you make them sign some kind of clause not to sell it to anybody and not to try and make money out of it. Let there be some kind of responsibility that goes with the information, which is, this is not for sales, this is for free use, this is to share with everybody, we're paying it forward, this is about community, or simply giving energy devices away, or whatever the case may be. Yes. Just to answer a little bit more with clarity, there is a lot happening with the Earth's electromagnetic waves, and it is having an effect on both kinds of particles and waves. So yes, it's affecting a whole lot of different things. And as you know, the whales and dolphins are also not originally from here. They're ancient beings, and they have a lot of knowledge themselves. In fact, the dolphins are very closely connected with us, and we work with them quite a lot. And they are very sensitive to these frequencies and changes. Many of the aquifers living in inner Earth are having issues and trouble with this. It's affecting them in a very negative way, some of them, and they are trying to help in their own way. Those races that are more advanced are trying to help in their own way, but they can also only do so much. So there really has to be a collaborative effort, not only with humans, but with all the creatures and other interterrestrial races that are living here, as well as the extraterrestrial races that are living here. We need more unity.
Great, thank you. And then do you perhaps have a message for the collective before we say goodbye?
Yes. In spite of everything that's going to happen, everything that might happen, the most important thing is not to give in to fear. Don't give in to it, because I tell you what, no matter how hairy it might start looking, no matter how scary things might look, it will be okay. It will be okay. Just listen to your heart, follow your excitement, listen to your intuition, follow your inner wisdom. Don't let your ego or those that are still trying to hold on to control, don't let them scare you. Don't even let anything that I told you tonight scare you. Everything will be okay. Just remember that. Just remember that, and trust and share and love. That's the most important thing.
Great, thank you.
You're so welcome. You have such amazing capabilities. You all have the capability to love and honor each other and be brothers and sisters, to accept each other with all the differences. You all have this capacity for love. So just tap into that. It starts with you. It starts with loving yourself. Thank you very much for having me. And I hope you all a wonderful, wonderful week ahead and wonderful time ahead. And this is an exciting time to live. In spite of anything negative that might happen, it's a very exciting and overall positive time to be alive. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, they're still there.
Okay, so in the meantime, Peter wants to do a personal message from his higher self.
Okay.
A question.
Peter. Hi, Peter. Thanks for joining us again. Okay. Okay. Oh, Anthony, can you clear me? I think I need some help. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I was really touched by those beings, the Arcturian Council. Very, very touched by their wisdom and their willingness to love and share and everything. Yeah, it's really, really good. We can learn a lot from them. They're great examples. Okay, Peter, your turn. Okay, Peter's higher self. Oh, yes, this is a fun energy. I remember. Hello, Peter. Hello, everybody else.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So Peter's got a question for you tonight. He asks, does Cecilia still like me? She's acting weird lately.
She's a little bit scared at the moment, just much like last week, but just like you let your thoughts sometimes get in the way, she has done the same. She's worried about all kinds of things and really relating it to the past. And she's just feeling very uncomfortable. And all you can really do is really just give her the space that she needs and just show her that you don't have any ulterior motives, that you really are just a nice guy with no negative agendas, and start by just being her friend. I think that's the most important. And if it looks or it feels like she needs some space, give it to her. Be sensitive to her needs. If you care about her, if you like her a lot, it's important that you show her that you can be sensitive to what she needs. So right now she needs a bit of space. Yes, and young ladies can be a little bit strange this way. They want to know that you like and support them, but they still want their space when they feel that that's appropriate. So it's very important at this time that you really, really just listen to me, listen to that inner voice and trust it. And don't take anything personally. Really, really don't take it personally. She's going through a lot and just really stressed, not only about this, but a lot of other things. She also has, I don't want to give away too much because it's very personal, but she has her own troubles and things that she's dealing with that's causing her a lot of stress and anxiety. And so other external things might just be a little bit too much for her. She's quite a sensitive soul. So just try and be patient and try and respect that. She will come around. But yeah, she's the kind of soul that you just need to be patient with. I hope that makes sense. And please let me know if you have need any clarification on that.
Okay, thank you.
Just be fun.
We'll see if he's got any follow-ups on that in a minute or so.
Just carry on being you, though, in the meantime. Don't hang on her still carry on with your life. Not being cold or heartless, but just, you still have to live your own life and make yourself happy. Don't let it make you unhappy.
Okay, does that make sense? Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you, Peter. Okay. Whew. Okay. Thank you. All right, who's next?
Do Thoth the Atlantean.
Thoth has got like visually, I seem as this huge guy, but I guess the Atlanteans were big, huge, with like blue light. I don't know if they had implants or what it was, or if it's natural bioluminescence or whatever, but it's like kind of this light blue sort of light veins. It's possible that they did that on purpose. Anyway.
Blue blood, eh?
Yeah, that might actually be where that comes from. Joe, he's like a big guy. Put it that way. He's laughing at me. Okay. I'm glad he's got a sense of humor. Okay. Yeah, we are so phased as humans by size sometimes, aren't we? But it's all relative. It's all relative. If you think about this is from Thoth. If you think about the little ant, if the little ant was as big as you and it can carry 10 times its own body weight, just understand how strong that ant is. So it's not about how big you are, it's about the power that you pack inside. Okay, I'm going to let him come in fully. Oh, sinus season. Please, can you guys heal me and everybody else that's struggling with sinus issues right now? Can you please help clear the grass seeds and pollen, make us not allergic to it anymore? That'd be awesome. Thank you. Just breathe. Okay, Thoth, you're welcome to come through and speak to this human collective here. Hello, Earthlings and human descendants.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for joining us. Melo's got an interesting question. You would like to ask, what is the light or rainbow body and how can we activate it?
You can really just see your light body or rainbow body as another expression of the soul, another way to understand your soul, your higher self. That's pretty much what it is. It's it's really at that soul level. So it's at your deepest level. It's not going to be the other layers. It's going to be at the deepest level. That is the true purity of who you are. And so that's your light body. That's your soul. That is what your soul is. You are essentially made up of photons, and so is everything else in the universe. So that's what that means. Rainbow body is just going deeper and connecting more to source. It's like that connection. It's your purest Your light body is your purest form. Your rainbow body is like all the different expressions of the layers of who you are. And it kind of connects to the chakras in those colors, but it's all those different parts of who you are. So like your connected self, your seeing self, your truth speaking self, all those different layers, if that makes sense. But it is a lot more complicated than that if you're going to look at it in a scientific manner, or in a, if we want to get a little bit more technical, it's a lot more complicated than that. But suffice it to say that it's connected to your light body. It's part of your light body. It is essentially your light body, but it's almost like that spectrum of photons, that spectrums of color. It's this sort of, it's kind of like looking at an atom and then going deeper and seeing all the components that is made out of. That's kind of what it is. So it's all got to do with your soul. It's all different parts of your soul. It's all together one thing, really.
Okay. Would we use
activation? Yes.
I mean, us as humans in 3D, 4D, even 5D, would we use our light body? Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
You certainly would.
What would
you certainly are. Every time you are connecting to your higher self, you can access your light body. So yes, in the lightest, if I can put it that way, in the most subtle way that you connect to your light body is when you connect to your higher self, speak to your higher self, use your intuition, and listen to your inner wisdom. That's the sort of thinnest way, or the most subtle way to do that. And then, of course, without being able to go fully physically into that light body, as I think you are thinking about.
Yes.
The kind of strongest way that everybody on Earth currently has the ability to do is to astral project. And in fact, many do that while they sleep. And that is why it's always a good idea to make sure that your energy is safe and protected in yours, and that you put that intent that only your energy is allowed around your soul and your body. So yes, astral projection is one way to fully take charge of your light body, if you like, and go wherever you want with it and experience whatever you want with it. So that is one very not so subtle way to use your light body. But really, to activate your light body is to do a lot of self-reflection, get to know yourself better, clear away all the things that prevent you from accessing your light body, from accessing your true self, and so that you can start recognizing, seeing your light body clearer and clearer. And when I say see here, I don't necessarily mean that you have to be clairvoyant. I mean sense, feel, whatever comes to you, whatever is natural to you. And the more time you spend with your higher self, the more you'll become aware of your light. And your light really, really reflects to all the way back to source, being part of source, being part of God energy, if you like. God within you, you within God. We're all one.
Okay, so we all have a light body, whether we know it or not, and we are basically just becoming aware and stilling ourselves enough to become aware that it's there and that we can make use of it.
Yeah, and here's a different way to think about. So I know Michelle and many of the beings that even speak about this through her, because she has works with this a lot, is that she often talks about clearing blockages, and especially at the soul level. And I want to explain that in a slightly different way. So if we're looking more at the darker entities, the ones even that seemingly don't have a soul, that's because they have given away so much of their light. Your light body or your soul can be fractured, fragmented, and dark entities have done this before, where they have hidden parts of a person's soul all over in different dimensions, multiverses, etc. And that can be retrieved, so don't be concerned. But there are seriously wounded souls out there. The word wounded soul is not the phrase wounded soul is not just a thing that is said. It is a true thing. There are those whose souls are deeply wounded. There are those that have given so much of their light away in seeking power and greed. But remember, we are all connected. We are all connected. So even those beings have got the capability. Excuse me. Okay, I'm clear. Thoth, come back. Okay, so even those that have given so much away, even they can do soul retrieval. Even they can get their light back. Even they can clear the blockages, all of those hectic blockages that they've brought upon themselves. Anyone can come back from the darkness to the light. It's not too late for anyone. No matter how bad this person or entity has been, they can all return to the light. So if you look at that in the very negative sense as well, just as I've explained right now, it doesn't matter how far you are on your journey of wanting to clear those things. That is kind of how it works. Does that make sense? So the more of the blockages, or if you think of it as light and shadow, so more of the shadow you get rid of, and the more of your own light you allow to come back, retrieve, whether it's soul retrieval or whether it's just clearing the things so that your light can just start shining through, shining brighter, and just being more and more light, the more you'll be able to return to your original light body. So everybody started out as pure light bodies. But it's all the stuff that Source wanted to experience, all those different fragments, aspects, perspectives that have wanted to experience all the different things. And Source wanted to experience some of those darker things, to understand everything, to create growth, to experience everything. So, but all the parts started out as light, pure light. So it's kind of like it's gone out and gone into different fragments, and then more darkness came in and it's kind of expanded in that way. And now it's kind of like, even though it's still expanding, it's kind of like, okay, well, let's get to the next level and grow from this and heal by, okay, we understand what all that darkness was about, but we understand that we also don't need it. We understand its purpose, but now we've learned the lesson and we can let it go. So just as it is on a source level, source consciousness, it's also on an individual level, whether you're a tiny ant or a big guy like me.
Okay, thank you.
I hope that makes sense.
It does make sense. I've got a follow-up question, but Mela's got an interesting question as well. So it's just
follow-up questions first.
Yeah, okay. My follow-up question was just, is the light body and the Merkaba the same thing, or is it one step closer to the light body?
It's almost more like the Merkaba is an access point for the light body, but essentially everything is just made up of. So sacred geometry forms part of who you are, forms part of your soul, forms part of your light body. So in that sense, the Merkaba, but there are also other sacred geometries. The Merkaba is a vessel in which you can ascend in that way, but I think it's greatly misunderstood, because the Merkaba is not necessarily a physical construct. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. It can also be a very internal one. It is something that you can get closer to your light body with. It's just another system. There's so many different systems in which you can do that. So in a sense, yes. And, it's not so much as using it as a device as many people understand it. It's more to start understanding your own sacredness, your own, not only your geometry, but all of those different things. So the more you clear, the more you see your true self, and the more pure you become, the more you can understand about yourself, and the more you actually understand what's important and what's not important. So the Merkaba is part of that, certainly, but it is not quite what people have always imagined it to be. It's kind of a part of your soul, but it's one part of your soul. You can see it almost like the framework or the structure, if that makes sense. And yes, but of course, no matter what system you use or how you get to that inner place, everything kind of becomes clear and revealed at some point. The heart still remains the center point. So you can literally activate your Merkaba right in your heart space. You do not have to be inside it, because it's space-time. It's completely irrelevant. If you go within your heart, your whole being can go within that heart space. Just as the meditation that was posted on Friday. So, yes, it's all relative.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Melo says, in a meditation on a couple occasions, I've spun around and around and thought I'd open a porthole or something before getting a headache. Is that a thing?
Yes, it is a thing. And playing with portals can be, as you know, it can be good in many instances, but it also can be pretty dangerous. So if your body is telling you that you may be going a little bit too fast or too strongly, so to maybe just take it a little bit slower. You're onto something though, so don't give up, but just be more intentional about going at the speed and the pace that is most beneficial for you. Then that being said, going through those kind of portals will create a dizzying effect, and you will need time to get used to it. This is why going at a slower pace will be better. So again, set that intention before you start to go at the pace that will not make you feel dizzy and get a headache, where the spinning actually doesn't affect you, where just because it's kind of like having an anti-gravity effect. That's what you want to happen eventually, that you don't become disorientated. So just set the right intentions. Be very clear about the container that you build before you do the work that you want to do. Very, very intentional, very clear. The headache, as I said, it happens because your body's not used to it, and you're literally kind of messing with your molecules in a way. So yes, it's like portals, the way portal technology works, and in this way, it kind of breaks up matter and puts it together again. So yeah, it's something to be careful of, and be very mindful of what you're doing, and also be very intentional of where you want to go, and get some guides to help you, the ones that know what they're doing. Okay, I hope that makes sense.
It does. He says he was definitely going fast and he literally felt a bit of anti-gravity.
Okay, yeah. So you're not quite there yet. You've got to get past that point. But I really urge you to get some help from some experts. You know how to talk to different people, so talk to whichever experts you need to. We're all one. We're all connected.
Thank you. Do you perhaps have a parting message for us, for the collective?
Yes. The parting message, and what I want to leave you with for this coming time, this immediate time from now, and sorry. Please excuse me. It's Michelle. Sorry, just before the parting message. All right. Okay, Thoth, you can come through with that parting message. It's like I become ungrounded when I sneeze like that. Oh, okay. Remember that you are all beings of light. That's it. You're all beings of light. And you just have to remember that. You just have to get in touch with that part of yourself. And for some of you, it may be slower. And for some of you, it will be faster and easier. But be patient with yourself and have compassion for yourself. Don't try and make yourself run before you can walk. But become aware that you are light. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for your beautiful questions. And please do have me back again. Thank you. Wow. I feel dizzy now. Thank you very, very much, everybody. Oh, can't see. Yes, back in my body again. I can't see. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. And, you know, it doesn't matter how big or small the group is that joins here. It's always exciting and always amazing, the things that we learn together and how we co-create together. So thank you so much for everybody that comes through every week, or whenever you come through. It is much appreciated, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. Thank you so much. Love to all of you.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye.